All right, check it out. Here we have USD JPY. All right, dollar yen. All right, this here. This red candle is the quarter three candle, July quarter three, the opening candle of the quarter. Right here's July. You see it there. It says July. Pardon the phone recording. I'm a mobile phone trader. All right. So here, right, we're gonna do this here. Pay this markup no mind. We're gonna focus on the quarterly highs and lows. Right. So here is the quarter high. This is actually a quarter two close, right? A quarter two close in high zone, right? I'm gonna fill that in. All right, so now that's a quarter two close, quarter three high, quarter three open and close zone. Sorry, a quarter three open and high zones. So quarter three made a high and then pulled back, right? I'm trying to get this on the wick. Yeah, right? So now for the daily, right? When quarter two closes, we drop down to the daily after we mark up the quarter two close, right? And pull the green bar over for context. Even before July opens, so the last day, I would be marking this up. That's how I would do this. And then I would pull the bar over. So quarter three would open up right into my markup, right? Right. As you see, this is the daily. This is that zone on the daily, right? Look how big that zone is now, right? So now I gotta like unfill this so we can see what's going on. Crap, I didn't know it was gonna be like that, right? So this is no real strategy. It's whatever you learn, whatever strategy technique you learn for entering the market, you just apply that here to a higher time frame perspective. Low risk, high reward is the idea. So you can slap on a 5-cent lot here. By the time that 5-cent lot got to here or here, that 5-cent lot, that's a nice payout, right? Then you could add on each day. Could have entered here at this candle break, right? You see this red candle. This is a July 29th candle. That's July 29th, right? You could catch it there. If you want to be aggressive, catching it off the zone highs, off the quarter highs, right? This is the quarter high. We're coming off it. It's making lower highs. Boom, lower high here. You catch your entry here, with your stops above the zone, right? They don't want to go no further up there, so you don't have to worry about your stop loss being threatened to hit, whatever. This is a daily chart, so by the time your play gets into this candle, you can move your, position into break even if you want, right? So you would play this like this, or we could drop down to the 4-hour. I know a lot of people like the 4-hour to swing and whatever. It doesn't really matter once you know how to read price and what's going on. The time frame really doesn't matter. And here you can add another position on here. Once you see this falling away, right, out of the zone, then the next day opens up all the way down. And here, look at price drops crazy. Then they open the market here, go up higher a little bit, come down here. By the time it comes past this, by the time price comes past this close here, you could enter another position here, adding on to your position to end the week with a nice win, right? So as you see, we start the month with a nice discount, and then it buys up, makes a high, right? This is quarter three right here, July. They make a high, don't want to go no higher, boom. Low risk, high reward, and that's basically it. So this is a quarter zone. This is a quarter two close, quarter three open zone. Okay, it's a quarter level. It's not just some magical SNR zone. It's no such thing, really, right? These SNR zones are just regurgitated bullshit, just for people to buy courses. these are your real tops and bottoms. These are your real S&R zones, right? These are the true S&R zones. These quarter highs, these quarter lows. See, in here is quarter one, quarter two. You see, quarter three opened up here, and on its way down towards the quarter two levels, right? Quarter one levels is here. Quarter one low is here. Quarter two is probably in here somewhere, right? Quarter two high would be here in the close. It closed when it made a high in the month. Quarter three opens, buys a little more, and then dips, and then discounts into the market, right? And as you see, that one candle is a beautiful play on the daily. Looks even more gorgeous on the 4 hour if you go down to it. If you want to check it out, here it is. Here's your 4 hour chart. I know a lot of people like the 4 hour chart. And there it is. It doesn't look too messy and nasty. And look, here's your breakdown. All right. So as the final buys were setting in on this last buy, I would have looked to have done this to get into this move. Take a fib. Basically, when this buying starts, as soon as this candle starts buying up, I do this. And I'm waiting for my plays at the premium levels of the zone. We see the rejection, right? Candle entry is right in there, right? Nice candle entry right there, down into the market. And like I think that might be still July 29th. Let's check it out. All right, so you're not switching up your strategy. That's July 30th actually. 29th is here. They showed their intent to sell there, and then they sold on the 30th. Nice drop. So a lot of times when they want to make their real move to where they really want to go, it'd be towards like the end of the month, and then they'll move crazy like this. Certain pairs, I mean, some pairs they stair step down. You know what I'm saying? But the Japanese bank, they've been on some aggressive shit lately. That's why it looks like this. All right, let's go back up to the weekly now. See how we catch that. Look at that. Look at that on the weekly. You don't even have to go down to no other time frame. Once you know what you know, you can just enter right here. You could slap your markup on and then enter on the weekly. Mark up your 4 hour chart and enter on the weekly. Look at that nice bar going down there into let's see what quarter it went to. It made a low. It made its way down towards where is it? It's on a weekly chart. It's hard to see on it. All right. So price made its way towards a quarter two candle close. Right? Quarter two candle close was here. Quarter two open high was here. Quarter two open high was here. Right? Here's the open of quarter two. They made a high, then sold. Right? Quarter two close. Quarter two candle open close, and quarter two candle low. Right? The low of quarter two was here. That was March, right? No, that's May. That's May. Apologies, right? And May wants to buy up, and when they make a quarter high, they made a quarter high. They didn't grab any orders. They didn't grab any orders until they went for the sell. They grabbed their orders, and boom! You see where your entry would have been at, all up in here. If once you see it, but you don't have to see it there. You could wait for this price trading past this close. Take your shot. Sorry. Oh my goodness. You could have been entering up here. Right? I'm so sorry. Could have been entering up here, but that's an aggressive entry. If you want the conservative entry, you could have waited here at right under the middle of the zone. Right? Selling out a premium. You could have sold right out of premium. Or if you want, the price action entry, here it is. We're selling past last month's quarter close. Take your shot. Right? Could have took an options trade if this was like a stock or something. I don't even want to get into that. I'm sorry. Well, if it was a stock, you could have taken an options trade from 162 uh, 320 if you saw strike price, down to maybe 156 790. Right, if you saw that on the options table, then that would have been a nice play, right? So we're taking our ideas based off quarterly levels, and boom. So even like trading with the trend, see how the quarter opened, it trended up, right? So how I would look to get into this trend move, I'll take a fib, and when price makes a high above the moving averages, right, I'll bring the fib back down to my 20 MA. Right, I'll bring my fib from the high to the 20 MA and wait for it. Right, for this one here, same shit. It's a daily chart too. Price makes a high, starts selling. It's there. Bring my fib to the 20. Catch my entries in here. See that? So I'm fibbing from the highs to the moving average. No one is doing this on YouTube. I haven't seen it. If you've seen it, send me the video and show me. I haven't seen it. This is kind of long. I hope you get it. And so I'm going to cut it short here. Thank you for your time. Ciao.